Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has confirmed he will resign, the Prime Minister's office has said, after tens of thousands of protesters stormed the official residences of both men. It follows extraordinary scenes over the weekend of protesters violently storming the presidential palace and even swimming in the presidential pool. Mr. Rajapaksa, whose whereabouts are unknown, has not spoken publicly since his residence was stormed on Saturday. Sri Lanka is in a deep financial crisis, and the crowd say they won't leave until both men quit their posts. Ukraine's defense minister says there are plans for a 1 million-strong army equipped with NATO weapons to retake the south of the country from the occupying Russian forces. Oleksiy Reznikov said retaking the areas around the Black Sea coast was vital to the country's economy. His remarks come as Russia makes progress in taking territory in the eastern Donbass region. An attack on a block of flats on Sunday killed at least 18 people, with more than 20 people feared buried under the rubble. Rescuers are still looking for survivors at the site of the 5-story building in Chaziv Yar, near the city of Kramatorsk in the Donetsk region, which has been the focus of a Russian push. Japan's Prime Minister has vowed to push ahead with plans to amend the constitution a day after a strong election result virtually ensured him 3 more years as Premier. We will inherit the wishes of former Prime Minister Abe and tackle the difficult issues that he was particularly passionate about, Kishida told a news conference. The ruling Conservative coalition extended its majority in the upper house of parliament just 2 days after Mr. Abe, Japan's longest-serving prime minister, was gunned down while giving a campaign speech. Meanwhile, mourners have been paying their respects to their former prime minister. Hundreds of people streamed into a Tokyo temple for a wake for former Premier Shinzo Abe 3 days after he was gunned down at an election rally. People walked quietly in the sultry heat into Tokyo's Zojo Temple, where the former premier's body lay, to pay their respects. South African police are searching for suspects after at least 19 people were killed in 2 apparently random shootings within hours. 4 people were killed and 8 wounded at a local tavern in Pietermaritzburg on Saturday evening. A second shooting took place at a bar in the Nomzamo Park neighbourhood of Johannesburg, Soweto Township early on Sunday, killing 15 and wounding 9. Police are seeking leads as they pursue an unknown number of suspects in the shootings. The victims are believed to be between 19 and 35 years old. Several more people are in a critical condition in hospital.
It's disgusting that we have every week South Africans being shot at. Whether sometimes by South Africans, by the way. This is not a foreigner's issue. It's disgusting that we've normalized the idea that South Africans die every week and we bury them. It's very sad.
A Barcelona court has authorized an autopsy on the former Angolan president, José Eduardo dos Santos, who died in the city on Friday after his family alleged a conspiracy was there to kill him. The 79-year-old was in Spain for medical treatment and died after a cardiac arrest. He had been in power for 38 years when he stepped down in 2017. His daughter has requested the autopsy. She said political enemies did not want him back in the opposition in forthcoming Angolan elections. Parts of Pakistan's biggest city, Karachi, have been flooded as heavy rainfall continued to lash the port city. Moderate to heavy showers over the past week have inundated parts of the city, with water entering homes and shops in low-lying areas. Intense floods have also killed dozens of people and left hundreds homeless across the country. Meanwhile, in India, heavy rains flooded many areas in the western Gujarat and Maharashtra states. It comes days after a red alert for Mumbai was issued after heavy rains hit the city and its neighbouring districts. And finally, Lorenzo Quinn's latest work of art, Baby 3.0, has crossed the canals of Venice transported on a barge. The sculpture, made of stainless steel mesh and cast aluminium and measuring 7 meters high and 9 meters wide, represents a baby who is ready to be born from its mother's womb. Baby 3.0 will be exhibited in Venice from July the 15th to October the 31st in the garden of Palazzo Corner in front of Canal Grande. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.